Hello, everyone. This is Mary Gundrum, aka Wellness Mary, and I just wanted to pop on here today. I am putting podcasts out on Tuesdays, and I know it's Wednesday, but I had computer issues yesterday, and my baby had to go to the computer hospital. Patient is all well now and running properly. That's what happens with life, right? So the new show, and if you have followed me in the past, I used to have a show called Beautiful Essence. Well, the new show is The Nourishing Soul with myself. And I have done a couple of shows with Lauren May from First House Astrology. They are in my Rumble and my YouTube channel. And I'm also putting links on my website, which is www.wellnessmary.com. My purpose for coming on today is to, for those who don't know me, introduce myself. I am an ordained spiritualist minister. I have psychic gifts that I've had since I was a child. I also have a background in fitness and nutrition. I am certified in spiritual counseling and holistic health coaching. So, hence Wellness Mary. I do truly nourish mind, body, and soul with my clients. I offer readings and counseling and coaching. You can find all that on my website as well. So, my intention is to have a weekly show on Tuesdays. And eventually in the fall, I would like to have live stream. I'm working on that also. But I'm happy to be back and I'm happy to share all kinds of alternative healing, opportunity, knowledge, expansion of the mind to help those seekers out there with their journey to enlightenment, to understand what's really going on in the world. And there is a whole lot happening, a whole lot of change. And for those of us that aren't grounded in our spiritual truth or understand what our spiritual foundation is, we can get easily sucked in and lost. It's, when you think about it, a tree deeply rooted and it can sway through the storms. That's how we have to be. So we really need to connect to that soul being that true essence of who we are. We are soul beings here having a human experience. It is about the journey. There is no destination. And it's not, as you know, I work with people. It is truly the balancing of the mind, body, and soul. And it's not like you're there, you have arrived, and it's like, okay, everything's great. It doesn't work that way because remember, we are all energy. Everything is energy. So it's always shifting and changing. And we need to learn how to flow with that shift and change in the energies. And the world right now, not only are we getting hit with solar flares and the different vibrations from the planet, from Earth itself, from the planets around, and the chaos of others in the collective with their energies can really throw us off. And we are all in this evolution, this ascension time. And it can be very confusing because we're feeling that at a cellular level within ourselves. And that's why it's really important to keep that nourishment of the soul care, self care, I like to call it. Take that time, go in the stillness. Lauren and I on one of the shows we talked about or mentioned the shadow work, and that is going within, healing all those false program beliefs that we may have of ourselves. And we all have them because we have been pulled further and further away from our divinity. So when you come in this world as a tiny little infant, we are so connected to our source, our creator, God, whatever you choose to call. And as we go, we have pulled further, further, and further away from that divine truth, that connection. So this is the time that we're getting called up to reconnect, to step into that strength. And when I was a child and I had all these gifts and visions and hearing things, and back then there was no one to talk to about it. My family was just like, oh, there she goes again, marching to my own drummer, imaginary friends. So it's beautiful to see that in this world today, it has come to surface. It has come to full light. And it's not like the crazy little gypsy wagons rolling around. We are real. Light workers are here and we are being called up. And right now we go through times where we feel like, what am I supposed to be doing? Well, sometimes we're supposed to just be and hold space for those around us. We will know when it's time to do what we need to do if we stay connected to that. In the meditations, we receive symbolism, signs, direction, but we have to maintain that connection. We have to call in the spiritual team, the tribe on the other realm, whatever you call it, however you connect. We need to do that and we need to trust. A lot of times when I work with people that are just opening up to this spiritual journey and their gifts, they receive messages, but then they go up in this head where the ego mind is, and they get very confused. It's really just getting that intuitive hit, that message from soul, message from source, and running with it, trusting it, knowing that it's being sent to you. But of course, we have all those insecurities. So to go back to the shadow work, if we don't do that work to clear all those insecurities out first, we get really blown off course and we have to constantly readjust our sails. But it's okay because each time you've made a little direction. Another thing that we're very good at is beating ourselves up. Watch your self talk. Be mindful of those things that you say. Take the moment, take that pause. Learn to be responsive and not reactive. It is really a beautiful life. It's a beautiful journey if we choose to see that, if that's what we open up for. How many people get up in the morning and dread the day instead of opening their eyes and saying, Lord, thank you for this auspicious day. Thank you for the opportunities, the people, the opportunities to be of service, and show me how I may be of service. Show me how I may spread love and uplift another. And don't get caught up in the mainstream media and the sensationalism and the rioting and the negativity and getting angry, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to be sucked into that, get confused, get fearful, and lose your way. And I think we've all lost our way long enough. So it's time to rise above that. So that message came for you today. And I also wanted to offer that my services, I do offer free consultation calls, which you can also schedule on my website. I'm looking forward to next week. I will be having Michelle Troop on. She does light language and fifth dimensional healing. She's an awesome person, a good friend of mine. I've had the advantage of meeting so many wonderful people in my years of traveling, doing events, doing readings, lecturing. And now I'm in one place most of the time. I am doing a couple of events, but not like I was. But I'm back living in New Jersey. I'm here helping with my grandkids, which is a beautiful chapter in my life. I embrace every moment of being a grandmother. So I'm with them 3 days a week, and I really enjoy that. So I this opportunity to really concentrate on having a podcast again, getting these wonderful people, messages, products, alternative healing, all of this stuff out. And those people and products that I have on my show are ones that I truly believe in and stand behind. There are many people out there that are still trying to find their way, and may not be ready to offer things, but are. So be very cautious and mindful when you are, say, looking for someone who does hypnosis or someone does Reiki. Um, Really do your due diligence and get references, talk to people. Not everyone is out there for a loving intention. I'm sorry to say, but I think we all know that. Look at the world. So really, again, that is where being tapped in, you'll know, does this person vibrate where I want to be? So be very mindful of what's out there. There's a lot of clickbait stuff, a real lot of busyness with the internet, the cell phones. We all have these little computers, and we're always keeping ourselves so busy. And then we see something and we're like, click on it, and next thing you're paying all this money, and you find out that it really isn't a very legitimate opportunity or person or what you truly need. When I work with people that just are opening up to this spiritual journey, which is a beautiful one if you choose to see it that way. Um, they go running to the first metaphysical shop and they buy everything. They get all the tuning forks and the sound bowls and the crystals and all of the magic. And you really don't need all of it. Everything has that vibrational healing. So when you really tap in, you will be drawn to what it is you need, what resonates with you, and not be all over the map. It's like a kid at Christmas because you get excited, you get opened up to something, and then you jump in and you're ripping up the presents before you even see what one was, and you're grabbing the next. So slow down, get to understand who you are first and allow things to move. And that, it's been a long journey for me, and I'm still on that journey. Um, I still have lessons that are presented. I'm still walking in this earth. So, as I said earlier, it's not like you flip a switch and you arrive and everything's just rainbow and sunshine and roses. If that was the way, we would become very complacent and then we wouldn't appreciate what we have. So, really, just enjoy, but get in there, clear out the crap, clear it out. And it's not easy. I went through a whole lot many, many years ago, very challenging times. Times that I felt like I couldn't keep going. But remember, we only get what we need, what we can handle, and life never happens to us. It's always happening for us. So even in those challenging learning day times, we have to learn to say, okay, where's the lesson for me? And have the courage to look at that. It's so easy to point the finger outside saying, well, this is because of that one or that happened because of that. It's like failed relationships and marriages. And it's not that they failed, they were not this lifetime, but they were attracted in for a reason. So we have to ask, why did I attract this relationship in? What do I need to fix, heal, look at within myself to raise my vibrational frequency so the next relationship will be more harmonious? We attract that higher vibration. So, and that's a real hard thing. And most of the people that come to me for readings, I would have to say probably 80%, other than career, finances, it's relationship. And everyone wants to know when they're going to meet that one, that special one. And my reply is always have that loving, unconditional, loving relationship with self first. Because once you have that, you're not looking outside for that love, that peace, that joy. When you can achieve that within yourself, then the other things around you change. And it's not, the relationships are not intended to complete you or make you happy. They are there to enhance the happiness you already have, to share in this beautiful life, not create it. So remember, going into a relationship as a whole person is key. It's key. And as you begin to really truly love yourself, you'll be amazed at how many people you meet and you're like, yeah, no, 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 because your life is so sacred that it's got to be someone that's really, really special to allow them into your inner circle. So I hope these messages today helped you. I really, if this resonates with you, follow me on Rumble or YouTube, whichever you choose. Go to my website, reach out. You can also shoot me an email. It's mary@wellnessmary.com. And I'd love to hear from you. I really do enjoy what I do. It is divinely gifted, and I love to talk to people. So take advantage of the free consultation calls. Shoot me an email, as I said. I do respond to emails. And remember, you are loved and you come from love, and that love needs to be felt within yourself, and you are never alone. So many blessings to you all, and I hope to hear from you. You have a beautiful day. Thank you.